Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of the Fumble Sports Daily Show. It is so wonderful to have you. It is Friday. We made it through another week. I hope all of you are having a great day, no matter where you're watching from, across the world, across the country. We are so grateful to have you a part of this amazing community here at Fumble Sports, and we've got a lot to get into today because it is a loaded Friday. We're going to get to our mock draft on the back half of things, but we've got MLB game picks to give out of all kinds of varieties. Player prop bets, WNBA. We're going to touch on the NFL game last night. So everybody, welcome into the show. There's going to be a lot that goes on over the next 2 hours. Appreciate you guys being with us every single day. And certainly I just want to shout out those who make us a part of their routine. We really love this audience. Hope you guys are following. Hope you guys are subscribing. If you're not, do it now. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that follow button. Of course, hit that like button. And more importantly, hit the share button. I just learned talking to some folks who are other content creators, and they said on TikTok Live, it's about shares. On YouTube, it's about likes. So I hope you guys hit the share button today. We really appreciate it. Arctic Tiger, happy Friday to you. Hope your Friday is off to an amazing start. As always, you can find our content and reach out to us on our website, buttfumblesports.com. Dante, happy Friday to you. It is a cash Friday. It was a cashing Thursday if we review our plays from yesterday. Zipping on down to our results from yesterday. Oh boy, did we do well. 65-20 overall on all of our picks. I hope you guys tail us at this point because we have been putting in some great research. 2 days in a row with Profit Rick. Good job by you. Hope you're tailing us and making a lot of money in the process. If we are helping you guys out, share that channel. Just hit the share button, copy the link. You can do it as many times as you like. It really supports the show. I just learned that's a great way for you guys at home to support the show on TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Make sure that you hit that like button. So we did really well yesterday, 65-20 overall. We went 22-6 in our MLB game picks. You see that correctly. We went 42-13 in our player prop bets. WNBA, we went 1-1. Yeah, we really missed on WNBA yesterday. Parlays went 3-0. We didn't have too many parlay plays overall. Long ball, long shots of the day went 1-6. Stealing and sharing picks went 2 for 9. Celebrity shot picks went 8-5. All of you guys, we put up our picks every single day up on our website, buttfumblesports.com, so you never need to miss it. Hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure you share the channel. Really appreciate it if you're watching on TikTok Live. Make sure you share the channel. That's how we're going to be giving out picks for today. If you guys share the channel, we will give out a pick. So we'll have a lot to get to over the course of the show. Really quickly, want to look at your celebrity shot picks and want to give a shout out to Diego. Diego used a 3-leg parlay as one of his 2 celebrity shot picks, and it cashed. Bellinger, McLean, and Freeman all got a hit, cashing on that. Top Dog went 2-0. Ben went 1-1. Jorge went 1-0. Nolan Arenado did not play, so no action on that. Elliot Robinson went 0-1. Joe Warren went 1-1. Big shout out to those who did well. To those who didn't, today's a new day. Just giving you a brief look at the standings. Ben has 5 wins. Arctic Tiger has 4. Top Dog has 5. He's 5-1. Look out. Top Dog on the prowl. Jorge's 2-4, Elliot Robinson 2-1, Diego 3-3. Everybody gets to participate every single day, so all you have to do is share your 2 favorite celebrity shot picks with us. I know there are some who are already getting involved in that. But first, we got to clear out all of our picks from yesterday because that's old news, everybody. No one cares about how we did yesterday, even if we did well. It's about giving out cashing picks for this amazing Friday. Wherever you are, I hope you're healthy, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're ready to make a lot of really well-informed picks over the next 2 hours. Really excited about all that we have in the show today. Clearing out all of my picks. And like I mentioned, this is how we're going to do it today. If you guys give the live goal confetti, or in this case, the hat, because I wanted to change it up, we'll give out 5 picks. But every time you guys share the channel, I will give out a pick. I want to encourage you guys to share the channel. You can do it as many times as you want. Doesn't cost you a dime. And that way, more people can become aware of the show. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Harley, thank you so much for hitting that share button. Addy, I'd go Bijan Robinson at number 8. I'd go Bijan Robinson at number 8. Let me throw up some celebrity shot picks because I know a lot of you guys are getting ready to cash in on today's action. Arctic Tiger is going to go Ellie De La Cruz. Love that play. Arctic Tiger is going Ellie De La Cruz. And you're taking him on over 1.5 bases. Yep, bingo. IP Shade 45, thanks. We got a lot of picks to give out now. Thank you so much. Getting hat hair over here. Ellie De La Cruz, over 1.5 bases. And additionally, we will be giving out Arctic Tigers also taking Ryan Mountcastle, over 1.5 bases. And like I promised, the way we're going to do things from now on, every time you guys share the channel, I'll give out a pick. Every time you guys give a gift of that cap or whatever the live goal is of the day, I will give out 5 picks. So we have 11 picks to give out. But first, want to tack on another celebrity shot pick. That's going to be Rick Lupo. Let's see how Rick does today, taking his 2 celebrity shot picks. First one is going to be Rafael Devers, over half an RBI. That isn't a bad play at all, given he's going up against Alek Manoah. Very interesting play. And additionally, we also have Jarren Duran, over half a run. Really like what you're thinking, like what you're going with, over half a run. Rick, like how you're doubling down on that game. So, we've had 4 caps. That's 20 picks. Someone has also shared the channel. We have 21 picks to give out, everybody. I was hoping you guys would go to work. You did right away, so get ready, everybody. We're going to drop a ton of picks. The ones I'm going to go with right now are going to be a mixture of different things. Game picks, player prop bets, other things from across the board. But we've got a lot to give out. IP Shade 45, thanks for hooking us up. Let's get to work, everybody. We're going to go Cubs plus 1.5 this afternoon. That's a 2:20 start. It's Cubs and Braves. I think the Cubs cover the 1.5. Cubs have been red hot. Something that people are going to definitely kind of lean into. They're going to say, oh, it's the Atlanta Braves, so I should just double down on the Braves. The truth of the matter is, no, you should not. I actually think it's going to be a much tighter game. Cubs have been the best team in baseball since the All-Star break, so keep your eye on this one. That's right, we're going to drop more picks on you than you get in any other show anywhere else. And by the way, we're going to do it in the first 20 minutes of our show. We're going to do it in the next 12 minutes of the show. Ready? Let's keep going. I'm going to go Braves. I'm going to go Cubs. And on this, I'm going to take it over 2 places. I'm going to take it over 8.5. I looked at this prior, so you guys don't have to worry about it. I'd also take the over 7.5 in terms of both of these plays are minus 200 or better than minus 200. There isn't a chalk play. You'll hear me use that term quite frequently, so I like this play right here. Let's get Elliot Robinson up on the board. Elliot Robinson has a celebrity shot pick. And Elliot Robinson is going to take the Braves on the money line. Everybody gets 2 celebrity shot picks every single day. I know there are a few folks out there on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick who want to get their celebrity shot picks up there. Kyle, hope you're having a great day. Great to see you. Dante, let's get your picks on the board. Dante is going to be going with Yu Darvish, over 1.5 walks allowed. And next, he's going to be going with Jordan Montgomery, over 1.5 walks allowed. So, 2 plays from Dante. But I've still got more picks to give out, so let's continue to go to work right here. I'll actually give out a couple of player prop bets related to that game. I'm going to take Ozzie Albies. I've got to take the over half a hit. It is going to be chalky, though, but it's a leg of a parlay. I take Ozzie Albies over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. If that's not available, just want to make sure it would be over 1.5 bases. Hits, runs, RBIs is 2.5, so it's going to be 1.5 bases. That would be the play for me for Ozzie Albies. He's got good numbers against this pitcher, so even the implied probability doesn't scare me away. I like Ozzie Albies over. I can actually get it at plus money, at plus 105, so I would take that as well. We are still going to give out a couple more plays from this game. Michael Harris, over half a hit additionally. On top of that, you want a stolen base pick? By the way, just share the channel. That's how we're going to give out all of our picks. We've already hit our live goal. So guys, just share the channel and we'll continue to give out some picks. But next one I want to give out is Michael Harris on a stolen base. Michael Harris, get him on a stolen base. Ronald Acuna Jr., get him on a stolen base. It's against Kyle Hendricks. That's why we like it. Looking at the stolen bases right here, Michael Harris, I can get him at plus 270. Plus 270 for Michael Harris. Ronald Acuna Jr., I could get him at plus 116. But it's a 46% implied probability. So those are a couple for you. Tacking on a few more, because I promised I would give out over 21 picks. By the way, we have even more to give out because the live goal got hit. So we're going to continue to drop them. Next one I'm going to give out is going to be Marcelo Zuna. Staying in that game, Marcelo Zuna. And I take him over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. On top of that, I like him on a home run. Don't worry about this today. I like Marcelo Zuna on a home run. Next one that I would turn to is going to be Austin Riley. Austin Riley over 1.5 bases. That's what I would take for Austin Riley. So another pickup there for you guys. I hear the wind is coming in strong. Let's check the weather at that game. You can see the wind is coming in strong. It's a good call. Likelihood of home runs down 12%. Likelihood of overall runs down 9%. Very good point. It's a good point. But it doesn't necessarily discourage me from the plays that I like. The only thing it may discourage, you're saying, is that over 8.5. It's not going to worry me necessarily as much. In part because I'm not necessarily banking on the home runs. I'm thinking that there are just going to be runs across the board by both teams. So I actually think there's a decent chance that this still gets to the 9 runs I needed to cash both of my tickets. Elliot thinks Max Fried is going to shut him down. Okay. Appreciate you guys being with us. What about Austin Riley on bases? That's right, Ozzy Who. You already knew where I was going. Let's get Elliot Robinson's other celebrity shot pickup here, and it's going to be Rays first 5 on the money line. So another celebrity shot pick. Now, I still have more picks to give out because we haven't hit my max. So, a few more for you guys. Next one that I'm going to go with is going to be... Let's do a couple game picks again. Let's go to the next one. It's going to be Tigers plus 1.5. You could also get this. I saw this. You could get this 2.5 at minus 200. I think it's an interesting play. I understand if you don't want to take it, but I would consider that one as well. Only play that I really have related to that Tigers game. Next one I'm going to look at is going to be the Nationals Reds. I'm going to go yes to a run in the first inning. I'm going to take the Nationals. I'm going to take the Reds. And I'm going to go over 9.5 runs. And this is one we do like the weather in this game. In Cincinnati, likelihood of home runs up, extra base hits up, runs up. Definitely a great play. So make sure you're checking this one out. That's over on the 9.5 runs. Let's keep going, though, because I like the Reds on the money line as well. So 3 plays related to that game that we're giving out. Now, we've got more player prop bets that I want to get to. First one, someone already mentioned it. This is an Elly De La Cruz kind of day. I'm feeling Elly De La Cruz. I would take him if I can get it. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Want to make sure it's available up on the board. Let's see. Hits, runs, RBIs, it's 2.5. Then for me, it would probably be over 1.5 bases. I don't have as much fear about this as I do against other pitchers. Patrick Corbin, he's hit him really well in the limited sample size, so I actually like this one over 1.5 bases. If you guys also wanted to take over half a run, I would totally endorse that play as well. So Elly De La Cruz, over half a run, put it on the board. Appreciate all those who want to get their celebrity shot picks in. I've got a few more to give out when related to this game. But before I do, I want to get some more celebrity shot picks up on the board. Let's check out Top Dog. Top Dog is going to be taking Phillies to cover in the first 5. So Phillies minus half a run in that first 5. Very interesting. He's fading Jordan Lyles. Jordan Lyles hasn't been as bad of late as he was for a large stretch of the season. On the other side, Top Dog is also taking the Weiss Severino. He's taking the under 5.5 strikeouts, so very interesting. We'll see if Top Dog's little fade jobs over here, fading Jordan Lyles and fading Luis Severino, ultimately pay out for him. Would love to see how that plays out. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a lot of fun watching the show. No matter where you're watching, make sure that you reach out. We are here for all of your questions, all of your comments. If you have a celebrity shot pick, make sure you share them with us as well, because we love getting those in the show. So just make sure you write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick. And by the way, we still have more picks to give out, but if you guys keep sharing the channel, we'll just keep giving out picks. IP Shade 45 has Butt Fumble Sports partnered with Sports Savvy, seeing that in the online post. They have hired us to start giving out some of our picks through their platform. So yes, a little bit. IP Shade 45. I wouldn't say we've partnered. That would be a bit of an overreaction, but they hired us to give out some of our picks through their platform. We like what they're trying to build, so you can check it out at sportsavvy.com. That's sportsavvy.com. And we've been fortunate enough, actually a couple companies have reached out to us over the last few days about trying to either partner or sponsor our show and other things. And obviously none of that is possible without the support that you guys show us, showing up every day, watching the show, liking our videos, subscribing, all of that. So I want to give a big shout out to all of our viewers, because Butt Fumble Sports would be nothing without your guys' support, without you guys watching. Butt Fumble Sports is just me talking sports, and there are a bunch of crazy people on the bus who do that every day and no one gives a shit. So I really appreciate you guys being with us, supporting us. Make sure you share the channel. That is the number one thing we're asking for. I learned that last night. I was talking to a content creator, and I said, yeah, I'd love to drive the show, love to drive the audience. I know we give out a lot of good picks every day. How do we get more viewers? And he said, get people to share. That's the number one thing. They can give gifts, and that's wonderful. But actually, when you share the channel, TikTok loves it. The algorithm loves it. So if you're watching on TikTok, share the channel. Goes a long way in supporting the show. So we really appreciate all you guys being with us. That said, have we done all of the picks that we were supposed to yet? No, we haven't. So we've got more work to do. Next few picks that I'm going to give out, next one's going to be Matt McLain, over 1.5 bases. Reason I like Matt McLain on over 1.5 bases is I would take Matt McLain on a home run as well. So if you're looking for a home run dinger play, there's another one for you. Is Matt McLain on over half a home run. We've got a bunch more home run picks to give out, so don't worry about it. Kyle, we certainly appreciate your support. We have certainly been humbled in this experience. We've got more picks to give out, everybody. Let's go. C.J. Abrams. And we're going to take, for C.J. Abrams, we're going to take the over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBI, so a couple of plays right there. C.J. Abrams over on that. More picks to give out. Lane Thomas, similar play. Over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Now, I know it's not in the traditional order that you guys normally like, or that we normally do for the show, but that said, I do have a player prop bet to give out as well. On our reverse engineering, I did it prior to the show. It's going to be Graham Ashcraft over 1.5 walks allowed. So there you go. Just related to that game, wanted to give it out immediately. Graham Ashcraft over 1.5 walks allowed. We'll get to more walks allowed plays certainly throughout the show. I also got to tack on a stolen base play. Ellie De La Cruz. Surprise, surprise. Got to take Ellie De La Cruz. And as you guys know, big shout out to the Braxton Brewery in Cincinnati. Love those guys. Went to college with the founder. That's why you hear me shout them out every time we talk about Cincinnati. Great beer, great place to watch a Reds game, great supporter of Cincinnati sports. So if you're in the Cincinnati area, go check out Braxton Brewery, some great beer. Best parlay today, guys? We'll have to see. We're going to put out some parlay plays. Harley, no, LRK425 still around. He's just working hard. Arctic Tiger Olsen over half a home run. Very interesting from Arctic Tiger. Let us know if you want that to be a celebrity shot pick. Arctic Tiger, we have some bad pitching on the mound. Okay, this is what's really interesting about the starting pitching matchups. Interesting question. We'll get back to our picks in 1 second. But you have Max Fried coming off an injury, Kyle Hendricks, who's done okay, but not nearly the pitcher he was before. Patrick Corbin has struggled at times. Graham Ashcraft was pitching poorly, has actually pitched much better of late, but still a good opportunity for runs in that game. Across the board, this Mets-Orioles game could see a ton of runs. The Yankees game against the Astros could see a ton of runs. I think the Royals and Phillies will actually see some more offense than people expect. Boston and the Blue Jays, you at least have Alek Manoah on the mound. He's pitched better in his last start, but still, he's had a nightmare of a time so far this season. Could see the over in the White Sox-Guardians game. I think you're going to see some underplays across these two games potentially, but Adam Wainwright, he's been giving up a lot of runs this year. Obviously, the Dodgers and the Padres chance for runs. So would I say there are bad pitchers on the bump today? I actually think there are some sneaky bad pitchers who have been pitching better of late, but I do think there are some good opportunities today to take some offense. Rick is going with the Red Sox today, and by the way, that's a very good play. We'll get to them in a little bit. Need a goal to set the confidence level back. Thoughts? Okay. Need a goal to get confidence level back. IP Shade 45, no confidence? Deadpool, what were my thoughts on the Hall of Fame game? I thought it was good preseason football, which meant it was nice to have football on TV, but I really didn't think about it too much. Let's continue to give out some picks. I'm going to go to some players that I think are going to have a bad day today. First one that I'm going to give out that's of this grade, Kevin Newman. I'm going to take the under 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Again, we've been doing this more and more, and they have been very successful, guys, especially our over half a strikeout. It's not something that I expected to be getting into, but like if you guys have been loyal viewers for the last few months, it's like turnovers in the NBA playoffs. If you find someone who is really turnover prone, that turns into a very consistent ticket. Same can be said about strikeouts in baseball. We go through the data every day to look at pitchers who kind of own the hitters they'll be facing, which ones stand out. We have a few of those today. We'll get to a bunch of them over the course of the show. Let's see if we have any more from this Reds-Nationals game. Nope, so we're going to move on. I do have a couple more, actually, from that Braves. No, let's go to the Blue Jays game. Next one we're going to go to. We could go to the... I'm caught between all the games I want to get to. Let's continue to give out some MLB game picks. Let's drop a few more of those. I'll drop a few more over the next few minutes, and then we'll get to some of your questions, comments, whatever you guys need to get the most out of your sports viewing experience today. I'm going to take the Mets. I'm going to take the Orioles, and I will take a run in the first inning on that game. Additionally, I'll take the Orioles on the money line in that one. But on top of all of that, I also want to be taking the over. So I'm just going to slot this up here, make it a little easier. I'm going to take the Mets, I'll take the Orioles, and I'm going to take the over 8.5 runs. So another play for you guys. I think there's going to be good offense in that. David Peterson, Dean Kremer, both of them give up a good amount of runs, so I like it. The only thing I was thinking about whether I should go with this one, kind of on the fence, but I actually do like the Mets plus 1.5. I think it's going to be a bit of a closer game than we think. I think it's going to end up being like a 5-4 game, a 6-5 game, so I do like that one. Now, we talked a little bit earlier. It is a Jordan Lyles day. For all of those who don't know, Jordan Lyles has been one of the worst pitchers in baseball and one of the best pitchers to fade across the league this year. He has only 2 wins this season. He did get one, though, in his last start, and he has been pitching better, so it is something I'm a little mindful of. More and more, by the way, Royals are on fire, actually. They have, I believe, a 6-game winning streak. They're the hottest team in baseball over the last week. So Royals, I would take them plus 2.5. I'm not saying that the Phillies lose, but Phillies plus 2.5. And again, that's not a chalk play. That's better than minus 200, so it's still a good standalone play. On top of that, I would take the Royals and the Phillies, and I would do a first-run inning, yes to a run. Yes to a run that first inning. I'll give out about 3 more picks. And then we will get back to your questions. Next one is going to be Astros, Yankees. Absolutely taking a bet on the run in the first inning on that one. I could definitely see I could see both teams scoring a run the first inning, frankly. Astros And Yankees, I would also take the over 8.5 runs. Definitely one that I'm about. I think between these two pitchers, there are going to be some fireworks. And finally, I would also jump on board with Yankees. I'm going to take the Yankees on two different plays right here. I'm going to take the Yankees to cover plus 1.5 and plus 2.5. Both of those plays I can get at better odds. I think it's a good play. So, bunch of picks that we've just given out over the course of the show. You guys have been sharing the channel. You guys have been great. Remember when you give out the confidence level, usually end of the show, you set a goal. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. If you guys want a confidence level, we can certainly do that. I got to set up a new goal. Are we going to be ambitious about it? I want to do something fun. I want to do something different. Okay, it's not going to be expensive or anything like that. I just want to see if we can do what are we thinking? Let's do something really easy yet hard at the same time. Let's go. Confidence level will be oh man, we'll just chill. No, we'll go Earth. We'll go mini speaker. Earth. We'll go Earth, but we'll do it. We'll set it at like 100, 200. Boom. So it'll be a bit of a challenge. How about that? So a live goal of Earth. When we hit that live goal, I'm going to give my confidence level out on every pick. Okay? Jordan Miles, a future Home Depot employee. Ooh, scorched earth from IP Shade 45, bringing the fire. Appreciate you guys sharing the channel. That's how we're giving out our picks today. You guys keep sharing the channel. I'll keep giving out picks. I want to make sure I'm getting to all of your celebrity shots. So if you guys haven't gotten your celebrity shot picks in, let us know. I certainly want to give out a lot of picks over the show, but I don't want to neglect you guys and the research that you need done. So looking at strikeouts, implied probability on the under, 61% on that under. Top Dog was asking about that. Did a really good job. Are you kidding me? IP Shade 45 just got us to 150. IP Shade 45. I got to make it more challenging. You're just dominating. You're dominating this challenge right here. Okay, so IP Shade 45. Thank you for owning it. Appreciate you guys doing a great job no matter where you are. We've got more picks to give out because you guys are awesome. I'll give out another home run pick just while IP Shade 45 takes over the world. And speaking of that Yankee game, I'm going to take Giancarlo Stanton on a home run. He's been red hot hitting home runs, and he is someone I'm a big believer. When he starts to feel it, he goes on a good stretch, 4 home runs in 5 days, 4 home runs in 6 days. So I like Giancarlo Stanton today. There are 2 Houston Astros I like to hit a home run today. I like Kyle Tucker to go deep. I also like Chas McCormick. And yes, with Luis Severino on the mound, home runs are definitely a play that we like. Arctic Tiger, why would Alvarez over 2.5 be too ambitious? I can actually tell you why. Yordan Alvarez, I actually think is better for over half a strikeout than I like for 2 home runs. Candyman, great to see you. It has been a minute. Hope you're having a great day. Let me throw up some bad players, some picks that we have on players we don't think are going to do well. Yordan Alvarez, I'm going to take him on over. Oh, this is on the negative side of things. I'm going to take Yordan Alvarez over half a strikeout. Over half a strikeout, taking that play as well. So that's a player we think is not going to do well. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's get Diego's celebrity shot picks on the board. Diego cashed on a great parlay last night. Great job, Diego, calling out that one. He's going to take the Reds on the money line. And he is also going to take the Phillies minus 1.5. Okay, be careful. Be careful, the Royals are red hot. I'm just warning you. Candyman, let us know. By the way, I have 4 WNBA picks of my own. Happy to give those out as well. Let me drop those for you guys. Here are some WNBA picks that I like. Let's see if Candyman agrees. Sun, I'll take them at minus 4.5. I'll take the Sparks, and I'll take the Mystics. Sparks and Mystics, I would take that one under 162.5. I'll take the Lynx plus 15.5. I feel like fading the Liberty to cover has been a really good play over the course of the season. And Liberty, Lynx, I would also take the over on that one. I'm taking 163.5. So, because Candyman showed up, want to shout him out, those are all of my WNBA picks. If you guys want more picks from me, or if you just want to support the show, share the channel. Hit the share button, copy the link, share it as many times as you can. You can do it for free on TikTok Live. I've heard that is the best way for you guys to support the show. So, as always, I hope you guys are backing us up. We're giving out the picks. You give us the support. Hope that's an easy exchange for you guys. Jorge, yo, what's good? By the way, we are going to do a mock draft today. If you guys want to get in on the mock draft, you guys know we do one every single day. By the way, we hit our live goal. Look at us. We're crushing live goals today like nobody's business. Keep sharing that channel. By the way, IP Shade 45, that's right. Reed Walk Detmers is on the mound. Let's get Reed Walk Detmers up here because he is a play that I like today. Reed Detmers over 1.5 walks allowed. There's another one for you guys. Arctic Tiger, do we do soccer as well? On occasion, really like the big games, like a Champions League kind of game. Jose Abreu is Jorge's celebrity shot pick. Ooh, I like that one. Jorge Abreu is going to be on my list of good players in just 1 second. Let's get Jose Abreu over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. And yes, I am right there with you, tacking him up on the board as well. Let me get him up here. Next one is going to be Jose Abreu over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs as well. I mentioned Chas McCormick. I love him on over half a hit. Definitely a play I like as well. Additionally, Kyle Tucker, going to take him on over 1.5 bases. Might want to consider him on over half a run as well. Put him up here for a home run, putting him up here for over 1.5 bases. I did have a couple more players from that Phillies game. We talked about that really briefly when it came to the game picks. Want to give out some player prop bets for that as well. Bryce Harper, over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Again, if you guys are loving the picks, make sure you're sharing the channel. That's all we're asking for today. Hope you're doing well. Assuming the half a hit is chalky for McCormick, no, it's not. I actually saw it at minus 195 when I took it a little bit earlier. Holland over half a goal against Arsenal. Arctic, I think that's a great play. Arctic Tiger, but Holland has been dominant ever since he joined Man City, so that's always a good play. Let's get another one up here. Trey Turner over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Next one that I'm going to go with is going to be Brandon Marsh over half a hit. Only other one that I had was Nick Castellanos, but that was over half a hit, and it was chalky. Now, I did have one of these players to hit a home run. Player to hit a home run for me on this one was going to be Bryce Harper. I'm taking Bryce Harper to go deep in this game. So, there's a couple plays for you right there. More picks, giving out a ton over the course of the show. You guys know how we do. All you got to do is share the channel. You looking at any Angels, Escobar, Ohtani, you guys know it. We are going back to the well on that. So, Candyman, you're taking the Sun on the money line as your first pick. I certainly agree with that. Let's get Candyman up here. Candyman is taking the Sun on the money line. Completely agree with that. I just took him at the minus 4.5, but I actually think Sun on the money line is also a good pick, so I would do that one as well. You mentioned Shohei Ohtani. I'm taking him on a home run. I'll just put it up here now. Shohei Ohtani over half a home run. I'd also take this a couple different ways. I know we're getting a little ahead of ourselves with that game, but Shohei Ohtani over half a walk and Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. You guys want some players that we don't like today? Let's get back to a few of those. Salvador Perez against Aaron Nola over half a strikeout. So Salvador Perez over half a strikeout. Next one, we're going to go to Kyle Schwarber over half a strikeout. Another play for you guys that we like when it comes to a player that we don't like. So, a couple more for you. Lots of picks up on the board. Don't even worry about it. We'll be continuing to give those out throughout the show. Jorge, thanks for sharing the channel. I haven't bet in a while. I've just haven't been in a while, so I'm just now doing my research. I've been taking a break. Understandable. By the way, IP Shade 45, you're going to the right place. We'll get to those in a little bit later, but you're absolutely hitting on the right notes with Freddie Freeman and David Peralta. Let's get some more celebrity shot picks up on the board. Like I mentioned, by the way, while I'm doing that, we will be doing our fantasy football mock draft in about an hour. So if you guys want to get in on our fantasy football mock draft, we do that every single day. That way you fantasy owners at home can understand which players to take in which rounds are driving at which positions. You can learn a lot. Hopefully you guys join us for that mock draft. Just DM us on Instagram, Fumble Sports on Instagram, and we will share a link with you guys so you can participate. Or if you're watching on Twitch, Kick, or on YouTube, there should be a link that's pinned in your bio, or that's a link that's pinned in the stream, and you can click it and go claim your team. So for all of those there, Bobby Jr., Kyle Klein, myself, we're already in here. It's going to be a 12-team league today. It's going to be a 12-team non-PPR snake draft. So if you guys want to get in on that, we will share that link with you. Just DM us on Instagram. Let's get Real Bordeaux. Good to see so many of the loyal faces, regular usernames that we just love and have come to expect every single day. Dansby Swanson, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Boom. There's another play for you guys. Bunch of good picks that we're giving out over the course of the show. By the way, we have hit our live goal, and I promised if we hit our live goal, I'd give my confidence level out on all the picks that I've given out so far. So I'm going to rattle those off. Bear with me, everybody. It's going to be a lot of me talking for half a minute, but maybe a little bit more. But I want to give out my confidence level for every pick because I promised IP Shade 45 if we hit that live goal, I'd give out my confidence level on every pick. Cubs plus 1.5 confidence level. I would say I'm at about 60% confidence level. Cubs over 8.5. I would say my confidence level there is probably around 55%. The weather spooks me a little, but I actually still like it. Over 7.5, it shoots up to about 65% confidence level. Tigers to cover 1.5 in that game. That game for the Tigers is between the Tigers and the Rays. Confidence level on that is probably closer to like 58%. I actually think it's a decent play, but not one that I'm going to be on too many players on. Nationals and Reds love the run in the first inning. I think I'm 75% on yes to a run the first inning for that Nationals and Reds. Nationals Reds over 9.5. I have to admit, I'm at like 75% again, maybe as low as 70%, but I love that play. Reds on the money line, I would take as high as probably 75%, 70% as well. So you can just tell I really like this game, the picks that we have for that one. Mets and Orioles, yes to a run in the first inning. I would probably say I'm as high as 70, maybe closer to 65%. Feel pretty good about that one, though. Mets Orioles over 8.5. Just taking a look at the weather really quick, you can see this is another one where the likelihood of runs is up. So I would say my confidence level for that pick is at about 70%. Over 8.5, 70, 75%, so pretty high. By the way, 75% confidence on a bet is pretty high. It's saying I'm willing to believe it. I would take it 3 out of 4 times. That's pretty high. Mets, Orioles on the money line, I really like. They're the better team. They're set up for success tonight. I would go as high as 75, maybe even 80%. That might be my most confident play of the night in that one, actually. It's certainly up there. Mets to cover plus 1.5. It's probably closer down to like 60%, 55%. It might be a bit of a hedge play, really. just because I'm really loaded up on the Orioles, just on their offense, believing there's going to be some scoring. So just maybe a little bit of reason for me to hedge. That's why I'm taking the Mets to cover. Think they score some runs off Dean Kramer. Royals plus 2.5. I actually love the play. I think Royals cover the plus 2.5. I'd probably go to 70% confidence level on this play. Royals, Phillies, yes to a run in the first inning. I'll say 65%. I could see Lyles and Nola getting out of the first inning without a run. I think there's just a greater probability of it, so I'd say about 60%. Astros, Yankees, I love a run in the first inning. This is one of the ones I love the most. I'll go as high as 75, 80% that there's a run in the first inning. I love the over in this game. Looking at the weather, likelihood of home runs is up in that game. You guys saw I had 3 of my home run picks came out of that game. So I would probably go as high as well and say the over 8.5 in that one. Both of those plays I really love. That said, Yankees are playing sneaky better baseball since Aaron Judge came around. So I think the Yankees cover. By the way, we got this matchup last night exactly right. I said Yankees would win, Astros would cover. It's exactly what happened. I think it's going to be a similar situation tonight. So that's what I like. I'll give out my confidence levels for some more things in just a minute, but I want to get more of you guys and your celebrity shot picks on the board. Chicago Sky plus 10.5. So the Sky plus 10.5 is another pick that we're getting in. By the way, no matter where you're watching, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or TikTok Live, you can participate in the show, get your celebrity shot picks in. So no matter where it is, Diego, I'll replace the Phillies to... Okay. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Diego. I really don't want to make this a regular thing. Luis Robert Jr. plus... This is a pain in my ass. Riley Green plus Ozzy Albies over 1.5 bases. Mike Oxlong, let's get your Austin Riley over 1.5 bases. That's Mike Oxlong. He's taking Austin Riley over 1.5 bases. Getting your celebrity shot picks on the board, all of you guys. Yeah, Diego, the problem is you cashed on it yesterday, so it's even harder for me to be like bitching about it because you cashed on it. So because of that, it certainly made me think, oh, okay, he's gotta have a chance to put it back up there. Ozzy Albies over 0.5 hit is chalky. Yes, it is. Mike Oxlong's also taking Ronald Acuna Jr. over 0.5 walk. Very interesting play. Ronald Acuna Jr. over 0.5 walk. Let's look at that one really quick. I want to make sure we check that one out. Looking at walks. And Ronald Acuna Jr. 36% implied probability. It's plus money. Plus money. Very interesting play, Mike. Like the idea. By the way, Panda with Wings, thank you so much for supporting the show. Let's get Panda with Wings up on the board. Panda with Wings. By the way, a panda with wings is also known as one of the most badass animals of all time. Brewers on the money line. Brewers on the money line is the celebrity shot pick for Panda with Wings. By the way, everybody who's watching, Panda with Wings, greatest animal ever created, or would it be? Yeah. It's over 1.5 bases. Gotcha. Over 1.5 bases. I thought you said base on balls. So, Elliot Robinson. Sorry, I thought you said base on balls. I was like, what? Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Marcelo Ozuna over 0.5 hit, I believe, is chalky as well, but let's just check it. Over 0.5 hit for Marcel Ozuna is going to be Chalk City. Make sure that you guys hit that share button. By the way, we gave out our confidence level for the picks that we had, our game picks so far. We still have a lot of picks to give out. We have a lot of work still to do. Make sure you guys are sharing the channel. That's what we're focused on today. You guys share the channel. We're going to give out more picks. You guys have been doing a great job with that, so keep hitting that share button. It's free. You guys don't need to give anything. All you got to do is share. Candyman, I would also, Sabrina Ionescu, I like that play as well. You want to look at it, we'll give you the opportunity to look at it. Let's continue. I'm going to look at Sabrina Ionescu, and then I'm going to go back to giving out some of my favorite picks. So let's go to Sabrina Ionescu, and we're looking at 3 pointers here. It's 3.5. I do think this is a good play, more because of the defense that she's playing, the Minnesota Lynx. I think it is a good play. If we look at it on the road, has been a bit of a hit or miss play. Look, I think it's going to be a good play, Candyman. It's not one that I would necessarily put up on the board. Okay, let's get Jorge's celebrity shot pick up on the board, and then I'm going to give out more of my MLB game picks. More of my MLB game picks are coming next. You are going to go with Marcelo Zuna, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Let's put it up there, Marcelo Zuna. Everybody gets 2 celebrity shot picks every day. And by the way, if you're worried that I'm going to miss them, if we're doing a lot, you can always tweet us. Oh, you're already up there, Jorge. My bad. Thanks for catching me, Jorge. I was like, oh, okay. But if we ever miss any of your celebrity shot picks, you can always tweet us at Sports Fumble on Twitter. We'll see the tweet. You know, just put like hashtag celebrity shot at Sports Fumble, hashtag celebrity pick. We'll see it. Easy way for you guys to be able to find us. Need to get on a roll here, Jorge. Yeah, the pressure's on a little bit with those celebrity shot picks. By the way, if you missed the start of the show, we were red hot yesterday. Hopefully, we've been doing the right research, doing the right trend analysis. That's what we're looking for. By the way, make sure you guys are sharing that channel. That's what we're focused on. It's driving that audience. Really appreciate you guys sharing the channel. No matter where you're watching, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, we appreciate you guys supporting the show. Let's give out some more picks. You guys ready? Let's do it. Next group of picks that we're going to give out is going to be the White Sox and Guardians. And we're going to take yes to a run in the first inning on that play. That's one we're going to start with. Next one we're going to go to on that one, I had mentioned this earlier. I like the over in this game, but I take the over 7.5. That is an alternative line, but it's still not chalky at minus 200 or something like that, so I'm still good on that. Definitely like it. Jorge, when it comes to football season, we actually do much better. It's just during baseball, the summertime where it's baseball, where it's like, oh, you got like 5 people. What an amazing thing to have that many people in the live. But during fantasy football season, we're usually up there in the 50s, 80s, even 100. So hopefully we can do that and grow this audience. Make sure you guys are sharing that channel. Top Dog likes Aaron Judge over 1.5 bases. Interesting play. Might be something you want to consider. Drew, 7382. Acuna, Ohtani, over hitter fantasy. Yes, I like both of those, Drew. I like both of those. I like Ohtani more. What is your opinion about DTR after last night? Thompson was outstanding for the Browns quarterback. He was so good, so impressed by that. I thought he was so much better than I expected. He is going to be their backup. Ben Lawson, welcome to the content creation network that is Butt Fumble Sports. Glad that you're following us. By the way, favorite play of the day for MLB. Okay, there are a couple that really stand out to me. I mentioned I really like these games in the Reds. I really like the over. Probably really like the Reds on the money line. Really like the run in the first inning. I like the over in the Mets-Orioles game. That's also one that I really like. Over in the Yankees game. Run in the first inning on the Yankees game. So I probably mentioned like 6 right there. But there are a bunch that I really like for this one. By the way, wanted to mention this because I know a couple of you guys are asking. The mock draft is going to happen. We're going to do it in about 40 minutes. Already people are filling up some spots. You guys can't see. Now you can. It's going to be a 12-team non-PPR mock draft today. So if you guys want to get in on our fantasy football mock draft, we do it every single day. You can DM us on Instagram. But Fumble Sports on Instagram, DM us, and I will send the link to you guys. How do you get in? Candyman, just DM us, But Fumble Sports on Instagram. I will send you guys a link. You can participate in this 12-team non-PPR snake mock draft and prepare for your fantasy football draft. We're going to do that at about 1:30, everybody. 1:30. Solid 3-man for the Braves game. I mentioned a couple earlier. Well, I could touch on a couple in a minute, but first I want to get Ben Barnes. Ben Barnes was looking to get his celebrity shot pickup on the board. I'll be giving out more picks in just a second. Let's get Ben's celebrity shot pickup on the board. He's going to take Graham Ashcraft over 1.5 walks allowed. And he's going to take Jordan Lyles under 1.5 walks allowed. I actually think Ben avoided the trap. I thought Ben was going to take the over on Jordan Lyles walks allowed. It actually might be a good play on the under. So just something to consider. By the way, I'm going to set up a new live goal. I'm going to drop a ton of picks. I'm going to drop a ton of picks for you guys. And just like we did a little while ago, when we hit our live goal, I will give out my confidence level for all of the picks that we just did. But I got to make it a little bit harder because, frankly, IP Shade, Candyman, Elliot Robinson, you did too well on it. You were too good. I got to make it a little bit more challenging, okay? So we are going to make it. I'm going to make it the confidence level. I'm going to keep it something low so everyone can get in on it. It's going to be lightning bolt, but we're going to pump it up. It's going to be a lot, okay? So it's going to be oh, you guys are going to hate it. It's going to be 1,000. 1,000 lightning bolts. If we get 1,000 lightning bolts, we'll give out more confidence level plays. Can we do another auction draft soon, Mike? Yes, we can. How about we do that this weekend? Let's do another auction draft, let's say this weekend. How about that, Mike? Jorge, thoughts on Ozuna? Yes. Bellinger? Not as hot on that. Ozzy Albies, yes. Bellinger, I'm a little bit wary of. The lefty-lefty matchup, just a little bit wary. Make sure you guys are sharing the channel, okay? That's the number one thing we're asking for. You guys can see when you guys share the channel, Butt Fumble Sports just gets more love from the algorithm. So that's what we like today. Make sure you're sharing that channel. I do have a couple of Cubs that I do like. Let me put up the couple of Cubs that I like. It's only 2 of them. First Cub that I like is, I'll keep Ohtani down here. I'll actually put this one closer to that game, closer to the Braves in it. I like Ian Happ over half a hit. Over half a hit. It's non-chalky. Next one that I like is going to be Christopher Morel. Christopher Morel over half a hit. And in case anyone's like, hey, are those chalky? Let me quickly show them to you just to make sure that they're not. Appreciate you guys sharing the channel. You guys share the channel. It goes a long way in supporting the show. By the way, you guys are crushing the live goal. Here I thought that was going to be a challenge, and meanwhile people are like, oh yeah, Butt Fumble Sports. You got to be kidding me. So over half a hit for Ian Happ. Not a chalk play. It's a good one. Christopher Morel. It's not on the board, actually. I still have it up here. We'll see if he ends up not playing. Guys, let us know if he's not going to be in there. Yeah, IP Shade 45 was just whipping it out and just dropped it on the table. Do I like Bryson Stott today? He's not someone that caught my eye. Jan Gomes wasn't someone who caught my eye. Appreciate all of you guys sharing the channel. That's how we're giving out our picks today. Let's give out more picks. You guys keep sharing that channel. It's free. You guys can do it as many times as you want, and it drives this audience so other people can learn about the show. You guys know when we hit the live goal, we'll give out our confidence level for all the picks that we haven't already covered. Additionally, though, share the channel, everybody. Candyman sent a DM. Candyman, let me check that out. Who is on the mound for the Rangers tonight? It's Jordan Montgomery. He's making his debut. So, Candyman, also known as the king of WNBA picks. Copy the link. And Candyman, get in on this mock draft, dude. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Keep sharing that channel. Would you like Luis Arise today? If I did, it would only be on over half a single. So Luis Arise over half a single is a play that I have. I'll get to it a little bit later, though. I want to continue to give out these MLB game picks, continue to rip through those. Guardians on the money line is the next one that I like. Keep sharing that channel, everybody. Blue Jays and the Red Sox. I'm going to take yes to a run in the first inning. I know it's a little risky because James Paxton's been pitching really well, but I do like this one. Yan Gomes hits Fried really well. Why don't you like him? It's more like I didn't see a good play. I believe that the over half a hit was chalky, and I wasn't feeling crazy about the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Jorge, that's why. Again, if you wanted to add it into a parlay, not a bad play. Just something that I had my eye on in terms of not enough level of confidence. Again, also, Max Fried hasn't been on the mound in a while, so kind of curious about it. I was only taking a couple of players. We'll get to the Cardinals and Rockies in just a couple of minutes, but let's continue to give out some picks. I'll take the Red Sox, first 5 on the money line. I will also take the Red Sox on the money line. You guys keep sharing the channel. I'll keep giving out the picks. Yeah, this Braves game's a little scary. Rick Lupo, that's what I think. Boss Lady Murr, Trey Turner over half a strikeout. Very interesting. Let's look at Trey Turner over half a strikeout really quick. Over half a strikeout for him, 61% implied probability. Now, against Jordan Lyles in his career, he has decent numbers, but he's been striking out quite frequently. It's not a bad play. He struck out twice against Jordan Lyles. So what I would probably say is Boss Lady Murr, it is probably a good play, actually. That's a lot of green up on your screen. By the way, we have already gone to halfway in our live goal. How is that possible? You guys are crushing it. But we're not asking for anything but you guys hitting the like button, you hitting the share button. If you guys share the channel, yeah, Morel's not in the lineup, so we'll take him out. Not expected in there. If you guys share the channel, we will continue to give out picks. Getting in one comment from Panda with Wings X. Didn't see the X in there. Can't forget the X. So Panda with Wings is asking, do I think Zach Wilson will ever be the starter again? I'm going to make a bit of a hot take. Yes, Zach Wilson at some point in the future will be the starting quarterback of the New York Jets, but it's going to be because Aaron Rodgers gets hurt for a game or two and Zach Wilson is forced to step in. So at some point over the next 2 years, I do think Zach Wilson will ultimately have to step into the starting role. You guys have continue to share the channel. Keep sharing the channel. I'll continue to give out picks. That's what we've been doing. Let's go to Marlins. I'll take the Marlins plus 1.5. I like Jesus Luzardo in that matchup. That's why I like them covering the plus 1.5 in that game. Really quickly, just want to show you that game actually. The Marlins won against the Rangers, plus 1.5. Montgomery against Jesus Luzardo. I actually think it's a tight game. Jorge, you see why I like that one. Ian Happ, that's right, all over it. Interesting, Arctic Tiger, Vlad Guerrero Jr. over walks. Very interesting one. Wasn't one that I had my eye on. I was going in another direction with Vlad Guerrero Jr., funny enough. Let's look at Vlad Guerrero Jr., and then I'm going to give out a pick around him, but over half a walk. 41% implied probability. It's plus money. This is a good play. I'm going to take it. It's not one that I had prior to the show, so I'll throw it up here as where am I putting this? I'll put it here to say it's an asterisk play, an in-show play, but Vlad Guerrero Jr. over half a walk at plus money. I think that's a good find. Rick, I think that might be an interesting parlay. Definitely something to consider, Rick. Let's continue to give out some picks. I promised I'd give out some players that I think are going to struggle. Next one that I'm going to give out is going to be Adam Duvall. Over half a strikeout. Adam Duvall, over half a strikeout. Next one, I think Vlad Guerrero Jr. goes under 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Just want to double check it since we already have him up here. It's 1.5. The under is at plus money. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take the over half a walk. I'm going to take the under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. So just something for you guys to keep your eye on. Vlad Guerrero Jr., I'm kind of splitting it two ways. Let's continue to go. Matt Chapman, over half a strikeout. Next one, Matt Chapman. Surprise, surprise. Under 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. You guys keep sharing the channel. We'll keep giving out picks. Jorge, we're going to get to Freddie Freeman. He is going to be on my list of players I like. I'll already let you know that one. We have hit the top of the hour, though. Welcome to Butt Fumble Sports. If you guys love the show, make sure that you're hitting that live goal. We get out the confidence level when we hit the live goal. That's what IP Shade 45 was asking for, so we'll continue to do that. But what are we asking for? Share the channel. Share the channel. That's what we're asking for. If you guys share the channel, you can do as many times as you want. Really appreciate it. Supports the show in a lot of ways. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, hit the like button. Obviously, follow and subscribe. Okay, Natasha Howard, over 8.5 rebounds. Let's go to Natasha Howard, over 8.5 rebounds, and just check that out. Player prop bet that Candyman was curious about. Natasha Howard on the rebounds, over 8.5. It's a good play in terms of trend. Let's see if it's a good play at home. 3 out of the last 4, I would tend to say yes. I do like the play, Candyman. Over 3.5 for Natasha Howard. I would advise on this one to go yes. Not going to put it up on my board, but certainly think it's a good one. Arctic Tiger, you're making the good call. Good call to action. Everybody, share across all the channels. Make sure everyone knows that Butt Fumble Sports is live. Really appreciate it. Again, we are going to do our mock draft in about a half hour, everybody. So a half hour more of giving out picks. If you guys want to get in on our fantasy football mock draft, we are going to do that in exactly a half hour. It is filling up, everybody. This is going to be one of our most loaded mock drafts. We have only 2 spots left. So if you want to get in on this fantasy football mock draft, only 2 spots left. Make sure that you share. Make sure that you hit us up on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Let's keep giving out picks. Diamondbacks, Twins. I'm going to say no run in the first inning. I'll say Diamondbacks and Twins under. I'm going to go under 8.5, and I'll go under 9.5. I'm going to go under both of those, and both of those are non-chalk plays. So I'll go under on both of those. Few more picks to give out. I'm going to go Twins on the money line. I'm going to go Rockies, Cardinals, yes to a run the first inning. I'll take the Cardinals on the money line. I'll take the Dodgers plus 1.5. You heard that right. The Dodgers are an underdog in that one. And I would also take the Angels plus 1.5. So I have both LA teams covering tonight. They're on the run line. So there you go. Those are all of my MLB game picks that I have given out over the course of the show. You guys have been sharing that channel. We really appreciate it. That's how things are going to be here from now on. You guys share the channel. We will give out picks. Now let's get to a bit of a rant now. Oregon and Washington Huskies to the Big 12. I'm hearing there's a possibility that they could stay with the Pac-12. I really don't like it, though. I think the likelihood is the Pac-12 will ultimately die in on itself like a dying star. By the way, 2 other people have hit me up about this mock draft, so it looks like we could have a complete, entirely human mock draft. Let's see if everyone can get in. There are a couple spots left. People just hit me up. This might be a 12-person mock draft. Yep, only 1 spot left. So it is a full mock draft, everybody. At 1:30 in 25 minutes, we will do a mock draft. Everyone in this mock draft is a real person. No auto picks. So really excited about that. We're going to learn a lot from this mock draft. It's non-PPR, 12-team snake mock draft. We're going to do that at 1:30. Everyone's locked in now. Let us get to Thomas on rebounds. Alyssa Thomas on rebounds. Over 9.5. Has been a very good play of late. 5 straight games. On the road, though, 2 straight games. I'm not crazy. Tough matchup. against the Fever. That's the concern, because you have Boston on the other side. So I'm not crazy about this one. I wouldn't take it. Drew, interesting idea, but not one that I like. I have more picks to give out. I promised you guys I'd give out picks if you guys keep sharing that channel, and you guys have been doing a great job of that. Let me give out all of my players, all my pitchers I think are going to give up a walk. You guys ready? I've already given up 2. Let me give up a few more. Next one is going to be Dean Kramer, over 1.5 walks allowed. All of these I researched prior to the show. I know I've got the asterisk here. I'm just doing that to separate things out. I know we've become accustomed to it. But keep sharing that channel. I'll keep giving out picks. Next one, Chris Flexen, over on the walks allowed. Yu Darvish. Someone took him earlier. Yu Darvish, over 1.5 walks allowed. It's Yu Darvish. Next one is Jordan Montgomery, over 1.5 walks allowed. We've already given out Reed Detmers. We've already given out Graham Ashcraft. So the last one is going to be Adam Wainwright, over 1.5 walks allowed. Appreciate you guys sharing the channel. We're giving out picks. You guys keep sharing that channel. We'll continue to give out more picks. If you guys have any celebrity shots of your own, make sure you get them up on the board. If you have picks that you like and want your 2 favorite picks of the day shared with everyone who watches, make sure that you write in the comment section my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick. Let me give out some more stolen base picks. Going to give out some more stolen base picks. Keep sharing that channel. It's free. It's a way to support the show, no matter where the platform, no matter where you're watching. Doesn't need anything more than just you sharing the channel. Copy that link. Share it as many times as you can. Stolen base picks. Next one I'm going to give out. I will take Ian Happ on a stolen base. I mentioned him earlier. I do like him there. Bobby Witt Jr. is another one that I like on a stolen base. Jaron Duran, Stephen Kwan, and Byron Buxton. Those are my stolen base plays of the day. Those are the players that I think are going to swipe a bag. Drew, appreciate you sharing that channel, Drew. So those are the players that I think are going to get a stolen base. By the way, if you guys are worried that you're going to miss any of our picks, don't. We're going to post all of these picks up on our website, buttfumblesports.com. So all of our picks will go up on our website, buttfumblesports.com. That way you guys can check out all of our picks. So if you missed any part of the show, if you're watching the show after the fact, if you're not watching it live on YouTube, don't worry. All the picks are going to be made available. You can see how we are doing it. You can see the picks we give out over the course of our show, but you can always find them on our website, buttfumblesports.com. We post them every afternoon before the games start. And by the way, we give out a ton of picks every day. I mentioned it earlier. We had a great day yesterday, but when you give out 85 picks and you cash on 65 of them, you must be doing something right. It is not bullshit. It is not pulling something out of your butt fumble. We do the work. We do the research to hopefully give you guys a lot of good information to cash some tickets. IP Shade 45, you're asking about, you're putting Freddie Freeman up there, and you're doing the same for Trey Turner. So IP Shade 45 is getting in on this celebrity shot contest. IP Shade 45 is going with Freddie Freeman over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. He's going to do the same with Trey Turner over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. You guys have been sharing that channel. That's what we've been asking about all day. Does Outlier have IP for no run in the first inning? No, I don't think so. Or NFL preseason? Oh, no. No, Drew, they do not. You guys have been doing a great job sharing that channel. Keep doing it. I'm going to give out more picks. You guys ready? Here are all of my home run picks in case I missed any. So, Marcelo Zuna, yes. Matt McClain, Giancarlo Stanton, Kyle Tucker, Chas McCormick, Bryce Harper. I'm going to tack one in here. Michael Massey, sneaky one here for the Royals. I'll take Ohtani, and the last one, Freddie Freeman. You guys knew what I was going with there. So we've got some more picks to give out. I'll do Freddie Freeman right here. I'm taking Freddie Freeman over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. But I have more picks to give out, everybody. More picks to give out, so no sweats. And again, whatever I don't get to, we'll just post on the website so you guys can check them all out there later. Boss Lady Murr, thanks for sharing the channel. Let's get back to work. More picks to give out. Next one I'm going to go to. Alex Verdugo may be struggling over the last month, but he knows how to hit. Alek Manoah over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Additionally, looking at that Red Sox lineup, Tristan Casas has been on fire. And Fuego, my man, over half a hit. Tristan Casas over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Yes, yes, yes. Keep it going. I mentioned Stephen Kwan with a stolen base. I like him on over half a hit. Continuing to give out players that we like today. Tim Anderson. Over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Appreciate you guys all sharing that channel. You guys have been all-stars today, sharing that channel. We're going to keep giving out picks because you guys keep hitting that share button. It's free, but it goes a long way in getting others to notice Butt Fumble Sports and drive our viewership. Over half a hit for Benintendi. Last one for the White Sox, Luis Robert Jr. Over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Appreciate you guys so much. Elliot Robinson, do you think Connecticut will beat the Fever by double digits? No, I don't. No, I don't, Elliot. I don't think they'll win by double digits. Continuing to give out players that I like today, I take Josh Young, and I take him over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I mentioned Luis Arraez, over half a single. I would take Josh Bell on over half a hit. Switching it up, different game, I take Joey Gallo over half a hit. Bunch of plays that we're giving out, all because you guys are sharing the channel. Really appreciate it. You guys can hear that's what we're focused on. By the way, if we hit our live goal, I set a very lofty live goal to challenge you guys. IP Shade 45 was asking for it. If we hit our live goal, we will give out our confidence level for all the picks. All the picks. So if you want the live goal, or if you want the confidence level for every single pick, just hit that lightning. Let's see. I made it challenging, so we'll see if you guys can get there. Do you have Kyle Hendricks on your board? Not with anything. Not really. I'm not really taking him. I'm not fading him. I'm just not really touching Kyle Hendricks. There are a couple players that I like against him, like Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, and Marcelo Zuna. But overall, I'm not really touching him on walks or strikeouts or anything like that. Next one I'm going to give out is Jack Sawinski. Taking him on over half a hit. I'll take Lars Nootbaar. Lars Nootbaar over half a hit. Lars Nootbaar, by the way, the over half a hit is chalky. I would also take Lars Nootbaar over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I got Jordan Walker on over half a hit. Very chalky, but I still am taking it for a parlay. And I am going to take Nolan Gorman on over half a hit. Those are the Cardinals that I like. The one Rocky that I like is Ryan McMahon for over half a hit. Or, sorry, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. My bad. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. We finally got to Ohtani in my notes. Next one is going to be Mike Moustakas. Over half a hit. Suarez, Eugenio Suarez. Over half a hit. J.P. Crawford. Over half a hit, but it's chalk. It's Chalk City. And last one, mentioned him earlier, David Peralta, good numbers against you, Darvish, over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Those are all the player prop bets we like today for players we think are going to have a good day. We're going to post all of those to our website. So if you missed any of them, no sweat. Don't worry about it. We're going to post them all. But this way you guys can see it a little bit early. So if you guys are watching right now, you've got a head start ahead of everybody else. B, what is good? Hope you're having a great day, B. Here are all of our MLB game picks that we've already given out. Tons of picks. Hope you guys have been enjoying the show. Yes, we need them posted before the 2 p.m. game. No worries. They're about to drop any second right now. We are going to drop them before our mock draft, in fact. We're going to drop them before the mock draft. So you guys don't have to worry. All of our picks, every single pick is going to go up on our big board, on our website rather, and we're also going to include your celebrity shots as well. I can't decide on the Braves game still. I keep adding and deleting. Rick, you know it's always a struggle. There are plays we like every day, and it's about which ones do you go with, which ones do you avoid. It gets a little dicey every now and then, but hopefully you find a good play or two. You follow us, you fade us, whatever you want to do. Elliot Robinson, would you take Indiana +8 or Connecticut -8? I don't like that line, if I'm being honest, Rick. If I'm being honest, Elliot, I'm not really crazy about it. I think I probably, if I had to, would take Indiana +8, but I really don't like it. I wouldn't bet it if I had to. Wait, what was the score yesterday in the hot game? I had some bets I forgot. In the Hall of Fame game. Oh, I missed on my two. My two NFL bets yesterday, I didn't bet them. I didn't spend the money, so I didn't count them. But I said if I just had to go off of trends, it would be Jets -2 and under 33.5. That fourth quarter touchdown blew that up. But I didn't actually spend money on those because I do not recommend betting on the NFL preseason. If you bet on the NFL preseason, you need to get help. That's like betting on NBA Summer League. Like you need to talk to somebody. You need to let people in, okay? You need to open up some shades, go for a walk, get a dog, do something. We need WNBA games, doing pretty well with them. Here, let's get you those WNBA game picks. We have WNBA picks up on the board, so that way you guys can check those out as well. I'll even shift it up so you can see the home run picks. So the home run picks are at the top. The stolen base picks are right there, and the WNBA picks. IP Shade 45 bet on the Drew League. Man, why don't you just heat that up on a spoon, put it into a syringe, and inject it? I mean, that's some hardcore IP Shade 45. That is some hardcore D-gen shit right there. IP Shade 45, you're betting on the Summer League? That is like going to a... By the way, I shouldn't really be judging. I really shouldn't be judging. B, you're so kind. If you wanna tip us, you certainly can. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, you can. What's the like goal? The like goal is just hit the like button. No, but I actually bet on Little League Baseball, like the Little League World Series, so that's pretty D-gen stuff as well. But, you know, those boys from California know how to ball, so let's go, Candyman. I took the Jets running back to get a touchdown, Browns running back to get a touchdown, and the over. Oh, man, Candyman. Hit that vein, Candyman. IP Shade 45. I do it. I bet on the kids for the kids. You got to do it for the kids. I bet on NBA Summer League and lost so much money. Yeah, the NBA Summer League, because there's no rhyme or reason. You don't know the rotations. You don't know the strategy. By the way, the head coach is usually like some assistant who's getting an opportunity to like experience head coach life. Summer League is the worst thing to bet on. Preseason's pretty bad as well. The only thing about preseason that's helpful is there are a couple of teams that are actually like so deep that they are like second or third string guys are actually more talented, but you got to really know your stuff. Hassan Hall over rushing, Zach under passing, went 3 for 4. Drew, hit that vein, buddy. Hit that vein. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. I love you guys. You guys are the absolute best. Hope you guys have been enjoying the show. If you guys want to get in on our Celebrity Shot contest, you guys know what to do. Share your 2 favorite picks every single day. You guys get 2 picks that you can share with us. If you guys want to get in on our Celebrity Shot contest, make sure you share those with us right now, no matter the platform, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, doesn't matter. You can share it with us, or you can tweet us at Sports Fumble on Twitter, and you can tweet us. We are going to do our mock draft in about 10 minutes, everybody. By the way, let's hit that live goal. We're so close. Once we hit the live goal, we'll do our confidence level on all the picks that we've given out. We still have some more picks to give out, but really, I'm just going to post those on our website. Those are players we think are going to struggle today, so we'll post those on our website. But let's hit that live goal, everybody. Once we hit that live goal, we will give out our confidence level. You guys have been great at sharing the channel today. Are the picks posted yet, B? Not quite yet. We're still waiting on a few more celebrity shot picks if you guys want to get them in. Elliot Robinson, thanks for the confetti. Great job, everybody. IP Shade 45, thanks for all those lightning. We're close to it. I don't think the Ravens want to rest their starters because they want to keep extending that record. Yeah, the Ravens have like a crazy record in the preseason. Okay, we hit our live goal. You guys are awesome. Want to give a big shout out to IP Shade 45, Elliot Robinson, Candyman, Arctic Tiger, Panda with Wings. You guys are Deadpool. You guys are awesome for supporting the show. Make sure all of you guys that watch, no matter the platform, are liking, subscribing, following. Do all of those things. So if you're watching our show right now, whether you're watching live or you're watching the YouTube video that's posted later, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. And always, you guys can find us on our website, buttfumblesports.com. We're going to post all of our picks to our website in a couple of minutes. I'm just waiting. If you guys have any more celebrity shot picks, I want you to have the opportunity to get those in. So let's get it going, everybody. And yes, Kyle, Little League World Series starts on the 16th. We're getting our money ready because, as awful as it sounds, Hawaii and California are the best cashing tickets of all time. Drew, if you do miss the chance to get your celebrity shot picks in during the show, don't fret it. Just tweet us at SportsFumble on Twitter. You can tweet us your celebrity shot picks at SportsFumble on Twitter. So if you miss any of them, don't fret. We can get those for you guys. You're going to be all good. Let's give out my confidence level, though, on all the picks. Now, we gave those out for like the first half of these. I think our next round is from the White Sox on. So White Sox Guardians run in the first inning. Probably a much lower confidence level on that one. Probably closer to like 55%. I'm on the fence about that one if I'm being frank. White Sox Guardians over 7.5. I lean towards 55, 60%. Confidence level on Guardians money line, I like that one. Probably closer to 65, maybe even 70%. Blue Jays, Red Sox, yes to a run the first inning. I'll go my confidence level on that at between 60 and 65. I think the one risk that you have is Alek Manoah actually has a good first inning and then blows up in the second. Red Sox first 5 on the money line I really like. I'll go as high as 70% on that. Red Sox on the money line. They've beaten the Blue Jays in every game this year. They got the better starting pitching matchup. They've been the hotter team. I really like that one. That's also at 70%. Marlins plus 1.5. Probably closer to 60%. I like the starting pitcher for the Marlins, but Rangers are a good team. So a little risky with that one. Diamondbacks Twins, no run in the first inning. Love it. That's at like 70, 75%. So no run for Diamondbacks Twins in the first inning. Really like that one. The under 8.5, under 9.5. Really like that as well. 75, maybe even 80% on that 9.5. Twins on the money line, probably closer to maybe 55, 60% confidence level. Rockies, Cardinals, yes to a run the first inning. I'll take a 60%, 65% confidence level on that. We'll take the Cardinals on the money line at about 60%. We will take the Dodgers plus 1.5. I actually love that play. I'll go as high as 70% on that one. And the Angels plus 1.5. I'd go as high as 65% on that one. That's my confidence level for all of our game picks. As for our player prop bets, if it's up there, I have a pretty good feeling about it. I would say I wouldn't put it up there if it was lower than 60%. We have about 5 minutes until we do our fantasy football mock draft. everybody, this is a very special fantasy football mock draft today because it's a 12-man league, and believe it or not, we have 12 different people participating. So no auto drafts, no bots. We have human beings in every slot for this mock draft. It is going to be a 12-team snake non-PPR league. Non-PPR league. So with everybody, this is going to be a really good test to understand what are people valuing at different rounds. When do certain players go? Again, this is a non-PPR league, so really thoughtful. Maybe Bijan Robinson doesn't go as early as he has because it's non-PPR. Maybe wide receiver doesn't go as early as it did yesterday when we did a PPR. Maybe quarterback is valued more. We'll have to see. I'm just speculating, but this is going to be a non-PPR 12-team snake mock draft. Really excited about that. Don't worry, Elliot. We'll be randomizing the draft order in just a minute. That said, if you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, you can check out all of our picks for today's show because those are live. They have been posted. You can also check out our DFS lineup. Our DFS lineup has been posted, so you can check that out as well. You can check out the DFS lineup, hopefully cash you some money. We give out really good gambling trends every single day. Go to our website, check out those gambling trends. Check out the best hitter-pitcher matchups of the day. Those articles are out there. Drew, do us the favor, if you could, tweet us those, because we just published the article. So if you could, Drew, tweet us at SportsFumble on Twitter. That's at SportsFumble on Twitter. Please tweet us, and I will make sure I get those celebrity shot picks in. Drew, I really appreciate you sharing those. No PPR, Egg. No PPR. No PPR is when a receiver catch and doesn't... Okay, a point per reception. You get 1 point per catch. We are not doing that. So no half a point, no point at all. 0 points per catch. You actually have to get yards or get a touchdown, which is what I personally prefer. Just because you get a catch. That's like saying I'd give out fantasy points in baseball because you step in the batter's box. No, you actually have to earn production. So it's yards and it's touchdowns. That's how receivers ultimately cash. Nope, this is a no PPR. I don't know where you were getting that. I've been saying no PPR for a minute. Draft settings, standard scoring. So a non-PPR league. We are doing a 12-team. We're going to give you guys 30 seconds to make your picks. If it gets a little slow, we'll speed it up. But we're going to give you that amount of time. We're going to randomize the draft order right now, everybody. Randomizing. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Oh, Butt Fumble Sports is first. Oh, muy interesante. Okay, Butt Fumble Sports is going to be first. I haven't gone first in any of our drafts, so very interesting. Butt Fumble Sports is going to be going first. Very surprised. Not expecting that. Okay, I've got to scramble a little bit. I don't like drafting first, to be honest. I feel like it always doesn't work out. I actually like drafting later in the draft, in the first round, so very interesting. By the way, Frost is him, Aussie 1. Hope you're having a great day. This is rigged. I don't think so. We just randomized the draft order. I don't think it's rigged. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. As I just mentioned, we did just post all of our picks to our website, buttfumblesports.com, so you can go check out all of those plays. If you missed any of the picks that we gave out during the show, you can go check those out. Okay, enough of talking picks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Butt Fumble Sports mock draft, getting you ready for your fantasy football drafts. Every single day we do a mock draft here at Butt Fumble Sports. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like button. That's Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, as well as Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok. Make sure you guys are with us. If you want to join our mock draft every day, just DM us on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We'll share a link with you guys and you can participate. This is a very special mock draft today. It is a 12-team mock draft, but we have 12 people participating, so every slot is accounted for. Every team has a human being behind it. So excited to get into this mock draft. Are you guys ready to do it? Let's get started. We've randomized the draft order. And we are underway, and Butt Fumble Sports, unfortunately for me, is going first. I have to admit, I don't want to take Christian McCaffrey first overall. I want to take Austin Eckler. I really don't have an option, though. Christian McCaffrey is the best pick. I feel like I have to make it. Sure, Justin Jefferson may be good. Christian McCaffrey has to be the pick. So McCaffrey goes number 1 in this 12-team, non-PPR, no PPR snake draft. Who Dat goes next. Who Dat, a Saints fan. Let's see where he goes with his first pick of the first round. Justin Jefferson off the board. No surprise there. I'm going to move the screen a little bit to help you guys out. Austin Eckler goes 3rd. Jamar Chase goes 4th. Kyle Klein next to pick. Want to make sure you guys can see everyone's picks as we go across. Tyreek Hill goes a little bit early. Goes number 5 to Kyle. Bijan Robinson goes 6 to Andrew. Again, this is a non-PPR league. Jorge the GOAT is up next. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. That way you know every time Butt Fumble Sports is live and you can participate in these mock drafts. Jorge's going to go with Saquon Barkley. IP Shade 45 next to go. Making our way through the back half of the first round. This is going to be a tough draft for some people. Wow, IP Shade 45 goes quarterback early, and it's Jalen Hurts. Very surprised by that one. That is a stunner for the first round, with running back still on the board. To go for a quarterback and not even Mahomes, IP Shade 45, a very bold play. Candyman takes Nick Chubb next. That's the pick I actually expected IP Shade 45 to go with. Really surprised. Very interesting what we're seeing here in the first round. But this is why it's nice to have human beings, because it's not just ripping off the names that are projected prior to the draft. We're going to get some really good data from this mock draft. Derrick Henry goes to El Pinche, also known as Diego. Bobby Jr. goes next, with Austin taking the last spot number 12. Bobby Jr.'s pick is Jahmyr Gibbs. Interesting that Gibbs made it into that end of the first round. Austin has that double-up pick opportunity here. Let's see if Austin gets in on time. He takes Amon-Ra St. Brown with the first pick. Let's see if he doubles up on wide receiver. Nope, goes Travis Kelce. Very interesting. That's a little bit suspect to me. It means you're waiting a full, you can take your running back in the 3rd round. Very risky in a 12-man league. Very risky. So we've seen a quarterback go in the first round. We've seen a tight end go with the first pick of round 2. Where will Bobby Jr. go after getting Jahmyr Gibbs with his first pick? He goes Ramondre Stevenson. So doubles up on the running back position. Again, this is a non-PPR league. No PPR. So running back may be a bit more valuable because those rushing yards, they come at a premium with the non-PPR league. Josh Jacobs goes next. Back-to-back running backs. Certainly has been the most popular position taken so far in the draft. Nick Chubb was the first pick for Candyman. Let's see where he goes in round 2. Good collection of pickers. I know a bunch of you guys from you guys joining our show or previous mock drafts. This is a good group of fantasy football fans. Candyman's going with Stephon Diggs. 5th running back taken off the board. Interesting, Amon-Ra St. Brown went ahead of Stephon Diggs in our mock. Top 5 players remaining on the board are Cooper Kupp, Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Patrick Mahomes. So A.J. Brown goes next. A.J. Brown goes to IP Shade 45. Really doubling up on those Philadelphia Eagles. Very interesting. Oh, Candyman. Yeah, tough spot. Tough spot to be in. Andrew took Bijan Robinson with his first pick. was the 6th overall in the first round, which was interesting. I'm keeping my eye on where Bijan Robinson goes in non-PPR leagues. Tony Pollard is the next pick. By the way, for those that are watching on TikTok Live, make sure that you're sharing the channel. Don't stop sharing that channel. Let others know. Let's try and drive this audience. So if you're watching on TikTok Live, share the channel. It's free. Just hit the share button, copy the link, share that channel. Let's see if we can drive up this audience. Kyle Klein is the next one to be picking. He took Tyreek Hill with his first pick. And running out of time. Ran out of time. Kyle's going to go with Breece Hall by default. Hopefully for his sake, Dalvin Cook isn't a addition to that Jets team. Jamar Chase was the first pick for Ben Barnes. He'll go Jonathan Taylor with his second. Patrick Mahomes goes next. Frost, interesting first two with Eckler and Mahomes. You could argue those are the first two picks at each position. What's the best strategy for an 8-man league? I have the 5th PPR. Chamber, is it PPR or non-PPR? Chamber, is it PPR or non-PPR league? I think that impacts things. I think pick 5, Bijan Robinson could be a good one. If it's non-PPR, I'd go more towards Nick Chubb, but I'd look towards running back. If it's PPR, wide receiver might be good. Who dad fan takes Cooper Kupp? Okay, running back position right here. I have to get a running back. I don't want to. I want to double up on wide receiver if I'm honest. But I'm worried by the time it loops back around, I'll miss out. So I'm going to take... I'm going to take Jalen Waddle. I feel like I got to get a running back. I'd just be waiting too long. I'll take Travis Etienne. I wanted to double up. I wanted to take another wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, to go with Jalen Waddle, but unfortunately, I feel like running back is too valuable. Didn't want to miss out. By the way, if you guys are participating in this mock draft, make sure you share it with others. Let them know that you're crushing it in your mock draft right now. Jorge, he's saying it's definitely a wide receiver. I think it's running back, but you guys know I value running back. Who Dat fan goes with Kenneth Walker the third next? Frost, where does he go? He goes Garrett Wilson. Frost is building a really nice team, everybody. Eckler, Mahomes, Garrett Wilson. That's a good 1-2-3 punch. Ben Barnes next on the clock. Top 5 players on the board right now are Devontae Adams, Josh Allen, Mark Andrews, T. Higgins, and Chris Olave. Najee Harris goes next. Ben Barnes got those 2 running backs in rounds 2 and 3. Running back is definitely the popular position right now in the 3rd round. Running out of really solid RB1s. Top 5 running backs are Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, J.K. Dobbins, Miles Sanders, and Dameon Pierce. Chamber, I said to take a running back, either Chubb in a non-PPR or maybe Bijan Robinson in a PPR. Jorge disagreed with me. He thought you should take a wide receiver. I don't think Jamar Chase is going to be there at the 5th pick. Jorge, that's one of the reasons I was saying that, and I'm not as high on Tyreek Hill as some others. I'd rather have the running back. Kyle Klein goes with the 3rd quarterback off the board in Josh Allen. Andrew takes Devontae Adams to go with Bijan Robinson and Pollard. Interesting pick there. If Jimmy G is healthy, it could be a very good play. Chris Olave going next to Jorge the GOAT. Shade 45 next to go. IP Shade 45 doesn't have a running back yet. You would think that's where he's going to go. Mixon, Jones, Dobbins, Sanders. He goes Dameon Pierce. Interesting pick. Very interesting pick. Not necessarily what I expected. Not necessarily a bad pick, though. Dameon Pierce could have a good year. Candyman making his 3rd round selection. Making our way through our fantasy football mock draft of the day. This is a 12-team snake non-PPR league, and every team is accounted for by a human, so we're going to learn a lot. Mark Andrews comes off the board, second tight end. First tight end was taken with the first pick of the second round. Second tight end went in the third round. Interesting to note when tight ends are going to ultimately go. Quarterbacks, there have been 3. Tight ends, there have been 2. El Pinche is the next one to go. He goes T. Higgins. Bobby Jr.'s gone back-to-back running backs. Let's see if he goes wide receiver, quarterback, tight end. Where's the play? He goes Joe Mixon. Austin, he's gone wide receiver and tight end. No surprise here. He goes running back, back-to-back picks with Aaron Jones and James Conner. Where do you play fantasy football, on which app? Elliot, I use ESPN. I do have a friend who has a league that's Yahoo that I've decided to join this year. But really, I like ESPN. I think they do a good job. Bobby Jr. takes Justin Fields. He goes earlier than I expected. Instead of getting a wide receiver, Bobby Jr. has 3 running backs and a quarterback. El Pinche goes quarterback. So you're seeing round 4. Bit of a run on quarterback right now. A little surprising to me. Did not expect this. 5 quarterbacks off the board. Jorge knows what I like. Jorge knows I'm a running back guy. IP Shade 45 goes next after Candyman took Miles Sanders. DK Metcalf comes off the board. Not a lot of running backs left. J.K. Dobbins, who's in a contract dispute with the Ravens. Cam Akers, who's part of that Rams team. Who knows what you're getting there. Dalvin Cook. Running back's a tough position. Top 5 players on the board: Devontae Smith, Joe Burrow, Deebo Samuel, Keenan Allen, and Calvin Ridley. Joe Burrow goes next as Jorge the Goat does have an auto pick. Not a bad pick, but again, it continues this run on quarterback. So 3 quarterbacks have been taken in this 4th round. 4th round telling us a lot about that. Jorge, that's very interesting. We're on the other side of this. So Ridley goes, then Devontae Smith. 2 good wide receivers going next. That knocks out Ben Barnes. I'm sure he had his eye on a wide receiver to pair with Jamar Chase. Let's see where he goes now. Chase, Taylor, Harris were the first 3 picks for Ben Barnes. J.K. Dobbins, he got that 3rd running back. Smart. Keenan Allen goes to Frost. Who dat fan? Next to go? He takes Madison. I'm not really crazy about anything that I'm seeing up on the board, so I'm going to be Hawkinson. I'll take a tight end, the 3rd tight end. I'm also going to take Justin Herbert. Yeah, I need a wide receiver. I'm going to wait on it. I think the run on quarterback has me a little frantic, and I thought Hawkinson was the best player on the board, so I'm just filling out my starting lineup. Not usually what I value at that spot. Jorge hates his team. Oh, Jorge, Barkley, Lamb, Olave, and Burrow. Could be worse, frankly, Jorge. I don't think it's terrible. With Derek Carr throwing Olave the ball, that could be a good matchup. If Joe Burrow is healthy, he could be an MVP candidate. CeeDee Lamb with Brandon Cooks on the other side could open him up more for other passes. No deep safety coverage. Yeah, Jorge, sometimes that happens. Yesterday, I hated my team. Appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure you guys are sharing that channel. Make sure you guys share the channel. Butt Fumble Sports. Hit that share button, and of course, then hit the link. Share the channel. Let others know that we do a mock draft every day, or let them know about this mock draft. DeAndre Swift went to Frost after Amari Cooper went to Who Dat Fan. Ben Barnes got Trevor Lawrence, another quarterback going. Kyle takes DeAndre Hopkins. I feel like quarterback went very fast in this draft. First 5 rounds. Dak Prescott, Watson, Tua, Richardson, and Cousins are the top quarterbacks remaining. This is a tough one. In a 12-team league, we're just seeing quarterbacks a bit of a run on them earlier than I expected. George Kittle goes to Andrew, 4th tight end taken. Of the tight ends remaining, Kyle Pitts is 1, Dallas Goedert 2, Waller is 3rd, Darren Waller. Evan Ingram 4, and Pat Freiermuth is 5th. Back-to-back wide receivers with McLaurin and Deebo Samuel. Let's see where Candyman goes with this round 5 pick. Last 4 picks of the 5th round as we make our way through this mock draft. This is a non-PPR mock draft, everybody. Jorge, I think that's a decent play. Mike, which one are you? Mike, which team are you? Mike, remind me which team you got. 3 wide receivers in a row. Interesting that the end of this 5th round, wide receiver is becoming the popular play. Mike is Frost. You think? You don't know your team? I really love your first 3 rounds. I didn't like your next 2. So the answer is, I think DeAndre Swift is okay. You probably should have gotten another running back when you took Keenan Allen. So I think it's a decent starting lineup. Another wide receiver taken. We have seen 4 wide receivers taken in a row, 5 out of the last 6. So run on wide receiver. Another tight end goes. Evan Ingram, he's the 5th tight end taken off the board. Keep track of where those tight ends go. DJ Moore goes next. Jorge, you're funny, man. Oh, Jorge, I wasn't asking Jorge. I was asking Mike Oxlong. I meant Mike. Mike. James Cook goes next to Austin. Mike Williams goes next. The run on wide receiver is very interesting to me. Top 5 players left on the board: Christian Watson, Kyle Pitts, Chris Godwin, Cam Akers, and Dalvin Cook. Pacheco goes next to El Pinche. He has some injury history or some injury issues right now, so keep your eye on Pacheco. Cam Akers goes to Candyman. IP Shade 45 with the 5th pick of the 6th round. Candyman, I agree with you. I thought that was a reach. I thought the fact that James Cook went ahead of Dalvin Cook, I thought is a reach. IP Shade 45 gets Kyle Pitts. Another tight end off the board. That is the 6th tight end taken. I think that's a good pick by Jorge. Middle through the 6th round, given that tight ends are going a little bit earlier. Candyman, I think running back is so valuable. I think people reached on DeAndre Swift, but you can't say they reached by too much because he would have gone pretty soon. Williams goes to Jorge the GOAT. Andrew now on the clock. Brandon Ayuk. Curious to know where Kyle goes with this next pick. Goes David Montgomery. Okay. Interesting spots where people are taking running backs late. Godwin goes next. Dallas Goedert, another tight end, goes. And Kamara. Okay, I need a running back. I'll take Dalvin Cook. I'll take Dalvin Cook, and I'll take a flyer on him. I need a wide receiver. I'll take Christian Kirk. I'll take Christian Kirk. I don't want to reach on Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's not worth it. I know I'm a little loaded on the Jacksonville offense with both Travis Etienne and Christian Kirk, but I do like their offense. Candyman, that doesn't mean he's a bad pick, though, because I certainly think they're going to use him like they did Miles Sanders between the 20s, and you saw how well Miles Sanders did between the 20s. I do agree with that, though. Candyman's right. He is a better PPR player than he is non-PPR. Who Dat fan gets Deshaun Watson? That could be a sneaky good pick when all is said and done. He waited until the 7th round to get a quarterback, but the fact we have reached round 7 and Dak Prescott is the best quarterback available tells you in a 12-man league, really tough to not to wait on a quarterback because sooner or later there's a run on them and you just get shut out. Thoughts on Javonte Williams? What's the Broncos O-line? You know, everyone's talking about Russell Wilson. Is that O-line better? That's kind of what has me curious. Waller and Njoku, back-to-back tight ends. Prescott finally goes. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes to Jorge the GOAT. I do think that is a good pick. 7th round, 8th round, that's where he should go. IP Shade 45 goes A.J. Dillon. That could actually be a sneaky good insurance play by Shade 45. Let's look at Candyman. Candyman has gone running back in 2 of his last 3 picks. Candyman running out of time. He out of time. He takes Christian Watson. El Pinche, known as Diego, next up on the board. Yeah, I agree with you, Jorge. I agree with you. Diego making his 7th round pick, 10th pick of the 7th round. He goes George Pickens. Very interesting draft so far. Learning a lot from you guys, drafting along with us. We're coming up about halfway through the draft, a little less than halfway through the draft, making our way through this 12-man league. Bobby Jr., next to go. He goes Lockett. Interesting that Jackson Smith and Jigba is going ahead of Lockett in a lot of drafts. Austin has the opportunity to double up on position here if he wants. He takes Michael Pittman with his first pick or last pick of the 7th round, his first pick of the back-to-back. Then he goes Geno Smith. That's his quarterback. He ran out of quarterbacks. That run on QB really hurt Austin. Maybe not, though. Maybe Geno Smith ends up being great value given the spot you draft him. Jorge, I agree with you, but what's one thing that I have noticed in watching or doing mock drafts with human beings or doing drafts with humans as opposed to the auto-drafting bots? People reach. Human beings have a bias. They like a certain player. They like a certain team. They force themselves into not taking the best player or the best position, but reaching on something. What app do you do your research for MLB? It's all me, baby. Outlier is what we use to clarify trends and analytics. So that's Outlier, but when it comes to those picks, that's all me. Candyman takes Mike Evans. Charbonnet goes to Shade 45. Jorge the GOAT is now on the board. We are in round 8. This is 15 rounds. So we're about halfway through this mock draft, everybody. Make sure you guys are sharing the channel. Make sure you share Butt Fumble Sports with everyone you know, sports fan or non-sports fan. We're giving out picks every day. We're giving out sports advice every day. We're talking sports, ranting about it every day. And of course, we do a fantasy football mock draft every day. If you guys want to get better for your fantasy football drafts, make sure that you join our mock drafts every day. You're learning a lot just by watching. You know, I'm only getting to make 15 picks in this mock draft, but I'm learning a ton based off of what others are doing, where they're reaching for a player, where they're reaching for a position, what round has a certain position kind of going crazy. We saw tight end and quarterback maybe go a tad earlier than I would have taken them. By the way, Quentin Johnston, couple of running backs, back-to-back wide receivers. Michael Thomas next to go. I am going to take a reach here. I am frickin' in love with Zay Flowers. If you guys want to know one player that I think is going to have a breakout year, it's Zay Flowers. I am in love with the man. I am crazy about him. I think he's one of the best young wide receivers out there. I'm all over him. I need another running back. I'll get a backup tight end. I'll get a backup quarterback. But for now, I've got a couple wide receivers. I have 3. I could go with a 4th. I could go with like Tony or Cooks, but running back's too valuable. I'll go Brian Robinson. So Brian Robinson is the pick. I just need another running back. He showed some promise, especially in the red zone last year for Washington. So I'll take Brian Robinson. Not necessarily a great pick. Just felt like I needed the insurance. By the way, there were definitely some wide receivers up there that were worth taking. But I felt like having a 4th running back was more valuable than having a 4th wide receiver. And I have my starting lineup other than my kicker and my defense. Who dat? The Saints fan takes Taysom Hill. Notice he's taking Kamara, Michael Thomas, and Taysom Hill. That's something you know. That's something you'll notice is players, fantasy owners who love a certain team. Isn't it interesting how they end up drafting a lot of the players from their team? That's something you guys can take advantage of. There are a lot of Bears fans in one of the leagues that I draft in. I'm sure DJ Moore and Justin Fields will go way too high. Love it. Great. You can have them. I think Brian Robinson this year, even better. Yeah, I think so. I think Brian Robinson could actually end up being a nice pick. Especially in, again, like the 9th round. Making our way through round 9. Andrew is the next to go. Love the support you guys show Butt Fumble Sports every day. Appreciate you guys sharing the channel throughout today, hitting that live goal. You guys were awesome today during our show. Hope you're enjoying this mock draft. Butt Fumble Sports is live every single day with sports betting picks, fantasy sports information. Obviously, we do a mock draft, as you can see. So make sure that you're following us. No matter the platform, make sure that you're following Butt Fumble Sports live every single day. Elijah Mitchell is the next off the board after Samaje Perine. So you can just see, getting running backs right now, really important for the few that are left. Tyler Algier is someone I have my eye on. Jerick McKinnon. I think Damian Harris could actually end up being a better pick. As long as Dalvin Cook doesn't go to the Buffalo Bills, Damian Harris could end up being a better pick than people think. Interesting that Treylon Burks went here. I'm not high on him. He obviously will have better coverage with DeAndre Hopkins on the other side of the field. But it means I have to believe in Ryan Tannehill? Yikes. Not feeling that. Candyman is the next to make a pick. Let's see where Candyman goes with his 9th round pick. Final few seconds. Time up. Anthony Richardson. Oh, Candyman. Candyman, you stepped away and it hurt you. I don't think Anthony Richardson's going to get on the field in the first few weeks, potentially months of the season. Jorge hates his draft. Well, fortunately, it's just a mock draft. You learn from it, Jorge. You get better for next time. Jerick McKinnon goes next. Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd could be a steal. That could be a good pick. Bobby Jr. in the late 9th round. Austin is the next one to go. Austin Palmer. Kadarius Toney. I know he's injured right now, but could end up being a really nice pick. And 49ers defense. I think it's too early to take a defense. Round 10, still way too early to take a defense in my estimation. Round 12, round 13, that's when we should be taking a defense in a 15-round league. In a 15-round mock, yeah. Jorge, first time doing a 12-man team with all people in here. Yeah, it's challenging. Not easy, much harder. You can't anticipate what the auto-picking teams are going to do. Harder to get players you like. You scramble. It's like a real draft. It's like a real NFL draft in that maybe the guy that you wanted went just ahead of you or a couple picks ahead. You got to scramble. You got to know your draft board. That's why we're doing these mock drafts, so you can get better every day. Sky Moore goes next to Bobby Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. is the next to go to El Pinche. Candyman, you're the next to go. Anthony Richardson was your last pick. Not crazy about that one. Quarterbacks remaining on the board: Tua Tagovailoa, Kirk Cousins, Rodgers, Daniel Jones, and Jared Goff. Damian Harris has come off the board. First running back taken in this 10th round. Eagles defense. IP Shade 45 goes defense as well. Interesting that people are going for that defense. Maybe this tells us defense is going to go a little bit earlier than we would anticipate. Jorge the GOAT, the next to go. I still think there are valuable wide receivers, tight ends. Jorge the GOAT got Tyler Algier. That's a really good pick. I like that Tyler Algier pick, Jorge. That's a good pick in round 10. Yo, Candyman, I agree with you. I think taking a defense in round 10 is a really, really bad move. Because here's the thing. If you think about it this way, That defense is only going to be really valuable, let's say half of the games they play. 2/3 of the games they play. They have a bye week. They're probably going to have a few opponents that you don't like them against. So you're going to forego someone who could get you 16, 17 weeks of good value and production for a defense that might give you 8 weeks of good production, maybe 10 weeks. I don't get it, Candyman. I am totally with you. Jorge wanted Cooks, but
come on,
6 wide receivers. Yeah, that's too many, Jorge. 6 wide receivers. That's a lot of wide receivers. Ben Barnes takes Dalton Kincaid as his second tight end. Not a bad move. Mostert goes next to Frost. Wide receiver getting down to the nitty-gritty. Okay, I'm going to double up on backups. I have 4 running backs. I have 3 wide receivers. I could get another wide receiver here. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer to do that. I'll double up on my tight end. I'll take Sam Laporta. Maybe a bit of a reach here, but I like him as just a flyer on the backup. I'll get a backup quarterback as well, and I will take Aaron Rodgers. Probably a reach on Rodgers. Probably could have waited on it. I like getting that backup. Again, because it's about the matchups. Sometimes he's going to face a tough defense, or maybe there's other opportunities to swap out my quarterback, Justin Herbert. Jorge hates my 2 picks. Love it, Jorge. I'm kind of planning out the remainder of my draft. That's part of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I take those 2 backups. I take a defense with one of my next 2, a defense and a receiver. But notice there's been a run on tight end. I'm glad I got Laporta when I did. Maybe you guys don't like it, but don't trust Laporta, and A-Rod is on the decline. Interesting. Could have gotten Sutton. Yeah, I'm not crazy about Cortland Sutton, if I'm honest. I actually have my eye on some sleepers for wide receiver, so I was thinking, I could just wait on them. You see, tight end is a popular position in this round 11. Lazard goes next. Jorge the GOAT, where's he going to go? This is round 11, so 5 rounds left. 4.5 at this point. If you guys love our content, make sure you follow us, Fumble Sports, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. That's Fumble Sports. Make sure you hit that follow button. No matter the platform, make sure you're a part of this Fumble Sports community. IP Shade 45 takes the Cowboys defense. Interesting. Candyman. By the way, I bet El Pinche is disappointed because Diego, the Cowboys fan, he always takes the Cowboys defense, I feel like. Continuing to work our way through our picks. Kirk Cousins goes next. New York Jets defense to El Pinche. Good pick. Interesting that defense has been popular in round 11. Didn't expect that. Did not expect that. Think it's probably too early on it. Tyler Higbee goes next. Next pick for Austin is going to be Bryce Young. Wow. Didn't expect that. Candyman is ripping on people. Yeah, Jorge, no good tight ends left. There was a run on tight end. That's why I felt like I had to get my backup. Bengals defense, yeah, I didn't get that one either. I didn't understand that one. I still don't know if the defense is the right pick here in round 12. Bobby Jr. goes with Dulcich. Diego, also known as El Pinche. Next pick for him. He goes Michael Mayer, so the tight ends continue to go. So rounds 10, 11, and 12, we've learned that that's when a lot of tight ends are coming off the board, folks. Elliot, do you post your live bets like when you cash them, or do you wait to show us the next day? I show you guys the next day. I don't go up back to the website and show you all the ones that cashed and didn't. That takes a lot of time. Panda with Wings says Bryce Young's going to have a big year. Okay. Man, 4 tight ends in a row. The tight end position is just getting picked. Round 12 is when the tight ends are getting selected. Not a lot of tight ends left. Wow. If you don't have a tight end right now, you are out of luck. Speaking of which, Jorge the GOAT doesn't have a tight end. He waited, didn't get a good one. Jorge the GOAT, auto draft. He goes Rashad Bateman. I can tell Jorge hates his draft. I can tell. Andrew is the next one to be selecting. Making our way through round 12. He goes Jamison Williams. That could be a good pick. A draft and stash. Kyle Klein making his next selection. Candyman got at least one Saints player. I see ya. Kyle takes Tua Tagovailoa. Ben Barnes. He's gotten 3 different positions and 3 different picks. Where does he go next? Ben Barnes running out of time on the clock. He goes Steelers defense. Justin Tucker. Frost goes Justin Tucker in the 12th round. First kicker goes in the 12th round. Wow. Yeah, you don't like the defenses, Jorge? I don't blame you. Defense went sooner than I thought. Quarterback went sooner than I thought. Tight end went sooner than I thought. Defenses, I'm going to go with the Patriots defense. I'll go with the Pats. I'm going to double up on defense right here because I feel like I'm going to need to. I'll go with the Seahawks, though I hate it. I feel like having 2 defenses, if you can't get a top 5 defense, having 2 defenses is probably a better strategy. So if you can't get a top 5 defense, try to get 2 defenses and kind of mix and match them. Jeff Wilson goes next. Frost takes the Ravens defense. Ben Barnes. Where's he going to go? We're learning a lot in this mock draft. Ben goes with Russell Wilson. Okay. Jorge wanted the Seahawks. Sorry about it. Sorry about it. Drew wanted the Seahawks. Man, a couple people had their eye on the Seahawks, so I did a nice job of robbing you guys of a Seahawks defense. Kyle, auto-drafting pick after he runs out of time, gets Miller, running back of the Saints. Andrew is the next to go. We have 2.5 rounds left, everybody. Making our way through our mock draft. Elliott, enjoy the game, everybody. Elliott, enjoy that Braves game. Andrew gets Butker. Still some good wide receivers on the board. I don't know about tight ends. Tight ends went. Wide receiver, though. There's still a couple I like. Miami Dolphins defense. Daniel Jones goes next. There are not a lot of quarterbacks left. If you needed a quarterback, you have run out of time. You're out of luck. I'm out of time. Johnston is projected 93 on Sleeper, and ESPN has him 123. Oof. Jorge bringing some good data. Final few picks of this round 13. Candyman, Jacoby Myers. El Pinche, also known as Diego, making his round 13 pick. He's picking 10th in the round, and he went with Carlson. We've seen 3 kickers taken. Still feel like there's time to wait on a kicker. Round 14 feels like when you take a kicker. Myers for Bobby Jr. Okay. Austin Palmer. There have certainly been reaches on positions. McPherson goes next. Austin Palmer, making his picks. He went Bigsby. Oh, you like Thielen rather than Myers. I didn't hate Myers. I didn't think that was a bad pick. Kind of a run on backup quarterbacks right now for Bobby Jr. and El Pinche. Candyman next to go. He goes Commanders defense. Shade 45 the next to go. Top 5 wide receivers on the board: Elijah Moore, Adam Thielen, Darnell Mooney, Jonathan Mingo, and Rondale Moore. Tyler Bass goes to IP Shade 45. Jorge the GOAT, the next to go. Jorge the GOAT. Making the 6th pick of round 14, halfway through this second to last round of our mock draft. Oh, Jorge. Jorge, you're killing me, buddy. You took the player I wanted. I was waiting on Rice. Jorge, you crushed me. That's a tough one. I knew Ben Barnes was going to take McManus because he takes him almost every time now. But Rice, that's a great pick. That's a great pick by Jorge the GOAT. That just ruined my day. I'm going to go back to bed now. Not even worth waking up. We will rate all of these teams. Don't worry. Once the draft concludes, we'll go team by team and we'll review it. Okay, so Rice went. I was upset about that. I'm going to take a shot. I'll go Jonathan Mingo. I need a kicker. I'll go with Jake Elliott. And that's my team. Final few picks of the draft. Sanders goes next to who dat? Frost, he has a kicker already with Justin Tucker. Frost takes Darnell Mooney. Ben Barnes. After the most predictable pick of the draft for Ben Barnes, Brandon McManus. Ben, you're not going to be in any of my leagues. You're getting thrown out of all of my leagues. I'm just letting you know that. He takes Johnson. Chargers defense for Kyle. Chiefs defense for Andrew. Jorge the GOAT, who got the receiver I wanted in the last round. And Jorge the GOAT. Let's make that pick, Jorge. Final pick for Jorge in this draft. He is dragging this one out.
Come on.
Finally. Takes Dawson Knox. Okay. IP Shade 45. Next to go. Jorge, because you took so long, I get Rice. Brown, the running back, goes to IP Shade 45. Candyman is on the clock. Final 4 picks of the draft, everybody. Really appreciate all those who participated. This was a 12-team, non-PPR snake mock draft, and we had 12 different people participate. Wonderful to see the participation from those who watch Butt Fumble Sports every day. Dicker the Kicker goes next to Candyman. Don't worry, I'm going to review everyone's team right after the draft concludes so you guys can get my notes and reactions. McIntosh goes next to El Pinche. Bobby Jr. with his last pick. Austin on deck with the last pick of the draft. Bobby Jr. waiting on it. Takes Adam Thielen. That's a good pick for the second to last pick of the draft. And finally, Austin Palmer is going with the last pick of this 12-man snake non-PPR mock draft. Austin's last pick. Let's see. Austin's letting the time run out. Oh, no, he took Romeo Dobbs. Okay, everybody, let me hide myself right now. That way we can review all these teams, okay? So let's take a look at each team and see how we think everyone did. Butt Fumble Sports, looking at myself, felt like I had to take McCaffrey, didn't have much choice. I like Waddle and Etienne, like Hawkinson and Justin Herbert. Wide receiver, though, had to wait on it. I really like Christian Kirk and Zay Flowers, so overall, I think it's a decent starting lineup. Understand why a couple of those folks thought I reached on Laporta and Rodgers. Overall, I think the bench could have been better, but overall, I give it like a B+. B+. Who dat? Don't like Cooper Kupp, but I've already mentioned that. Jefferson, running backs. I felt like you just started reaching on Saints players at one point. I think the bench, not crazy about it, but a Saints fan, loving on the Saints. Surprise, surprise. But I give this closer to a C+. Frost, love how you started. Eckler, Mahomes, Garrett Wilson, love those first three. Bench is okay. Thought you reached on kicker. Thought you didn't get the defense at the right time. Is Justin Tucker really that much better than all the other kickers at this point? No, there are a lot of kickers getting good points. So I just felt like that was a bit of a reach. I'd give this team about a B, maybe a B+ because I love the starting lineup, but I do think there's some reason to be concerned outside of those first top picks. Ben Barnes, like how he started with Chase, Taylor, Harris, okay. Did okay in the middle rounds. Overall, this is a decent team. Maybe you don't like the defense. Maybe you don't like the backup quarterback, but this is like a B+, B+ team as well. Doesn't really like shout out stud team, but it could be competitive. I think it's a playoff team, maybe not a championship team. Kyle, looking at his, Hill, Hall, and Allen, good players at each position, as long as Dalvin Cook doesn't go to the New York Jets. Devontae Smith, the pair with Tyreek Hill, I like. But Montgomery being your second running back, I don't like. You waited too long to get a second running back. Love your wide receivers, but hate your running backs. I think that's what's ultimately going to do you in. So I would give it like a C+ or C grade. Andrew, like the two running backs as long as they're healthy. Like the two wide receivers as long as they're healthy. You got Kittle, just waited on a quarterback. They went a little bit earlier. Maybe you could have gotten, you didn't go Ayuk and go quarterback or... Tough, because I really like where you're at. Thought you got good depth at wide receiver. Overall, I just don't like your defense, especially if Chris Jones maybe sits out. Jorge the GOAT didn't like his draft. We'll see why. Running back, didn't do enough early. Got decent depth at running back, but didn't do enough. Loaded up on wide receiver, but 6 wide receivers. I like the quarterbacks, but overall, I understand why Jorge doesn't like it. I give it a B-. Team 8, someone dropped out. This was IP Shade 45. He took Hurts 1 overall. Wasn't crazy about that. First round pick of Hurts. Could have waited on it. Didn't like the running backs. Love where he went with wide receiver. Running back, he waited too long. Like the defenses of Eagles and Cowboys, but overall, felt like running back is pretty weak for him. Candyman. Like the first couple of rounds. Went to Andrews, I thought, a round earlier than I expected. Thought he could have gotten another running back at that spot. Mixon, Aaron Jones, that's what I would have done. You could have waited on the tight end a little bit longer. Auto draft screwed him on the quarterback with Anthony Richardson. Got Kirk Cousins to supplement it. Maybe you could have gotten a better defense, maybe. But overall, I'd say a B, B-. El Pinche, also known as Diego, like the two running backs. Like where he went next with Higgins and Jackson. London could be a sneaky good pick. Pacheco could be a good pick. Like how he built his team. Overall, I think it's pretty solid. El Pinche, I'd go B+. Bobby Jr., Gibbs, Stevenson, Mixon, made sure he had those running backs. Still got decent value on his wide receivers. Could have maybe gone for a wide receiver over Joe Mixon. But overall, I'd give this team a B. Don't like that he got the Bengals defense. Didn't like that. Thought there were better defenses that he could have gotten. So the bench kind of falls apart there at the end. But I think I'd give it a B. Finally, Austin Palmer, like where he started, even though he didn't get running backs until later, don't understand James Cook. That made no sense to me. That's a bad pick. You needed better running backs, so that hurts you. Like how you finished, but overall, I'd give that team a C+. That is our mock draft for today's show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure that you guys follow, subscribe, and of course, join Butt Fumble Sports every single day. Butt Fumble Sports is live every day giving out our picks. And of course, you guys don't want to miss our mock draft every day. We try to do that every day to hook you guys up with good fantasy football information. That's a loaded show for you guys. We just did 2 hours and 18 minutes of show. Hope you guys enjoyed every single second of it. If you missed your celebrity shot, if I missed your celebrity shot picks today, if I didn't see them or you didn't get them into me during the show, if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, just tweet us at SportsFumble on Twitter. That's at SportsFumble on Twitter. And you guys can share your 2 favorite celebrity shot picks with us, and that way you can compete in our contest. Okay, that's everything. Until tomorrow, Saturday at 12 p.m., We are done. Woo! Everybody, hope you've enjoyed the show. As I say at the end of every show, I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening. And I hope you cash a ton of tickets tonight.